Now, have you ever wondered why English spelling is so messed up and unpredictable? Well, to understand this, we need to go back to a time before the printing press was invented, because back then spelling didn't really matter so much and you'd have several ways to spell the same words. Most famously, Shakespeare's name was spelled in dozens of ways during his lifetime, but very few of those, if any, were the way we spell it today. Now, you'd imagine the printing press, which came around in the 1400s, would sort that out once and for all and introduce standardized spelling for everyone, right? Well, it helped, but it didn't solve everything, because about the same time, people decided they didn't really need to pronounce the K in knee or the W in right. But this came a little bit too late for the printing press, because the spellings by then were already established. And to further confuse things, there was then the great vowel shift, which resulted in English keeping some vowel spellings for certain words, while others reflected the new pronunciation. Not helping matters were the French. Now, French had been the language of the royal court and universities, and some words did get simplified to reflect the way the English actually said things at that time, flower and farm, for example, but others kept their original French roots, such as autumn and marriage. Now, if we fast forward to the 16th century, some experts' love for Latin added even more madness to English spelling. They decided to inject more Greek and Latin roots into words, which is why we have an L in salmon and a B in debt, for no obvious reason. The word colour comes from, unsurprisingly, the Latin word colour. In British English, though, colour had a U, presumably from the old French word colour. But when Noah Webster went about creating a US dictionary in 1806, he'd had enough of superfluous, pointless letters. And so in an attempt to create more of a US identity, he deleted a bunch of letters and in the process created more new words: favourite, honour and harbour, all without the letter U this time. And he's also the reason for the difference between Z and Z.